Good morning. I am on my own at the moment because the last time I did the scoop, Bibby wasn't here. So let me just.
I am now. I'm here, Graham. Hello.
Let me see. There he is. Nice. Welcome in, Bib. How are we doing?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. This feels weird because everything has changed. Not only is it like a bajillion years since we did last did the scoop, but we've got a new intro and everything.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? Obviously, we've used this on my Resident Evil streams, your PUBG streams, but using it in a scoop episode. Obviously, you guys that are watching this now or listening to some podcast services, you guys would have missed it. However, you guys that are lucky enough to be in the chat now would have seen it again for the fourth time.
Although I did play it like 8 times on my stream. Because people kept asking for it. Can I see it? Shit, I missed it. Can we play it again? So I think it was like 6 times I ended up playing it. Not in full, just like giving the idea. I played through it like 2 or 3 times. I think I'm up to about 15. Nice. Welcome in, Tito. God damn it, missed the intro. I'm going again now. God damn it. Again? Oh, God. Okay, let's go.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Natchimus Prime. Thank you very much for 10 months, Nacho. I love you.
Legend.
Nice. So yeah, if you are watching this on demand or you listen to this on any of your podcast services, so that you don't get the channel intro, you get the scoop intro, but you won't get the channel intro. It's basically when we film any of our podcasts, record our podcast, it's all done live on Twitch. So the channel intro on Twitch is exceptional. We have some designers in the team, like motion graphics, videographers, and all that sort of stuff, and they've all come together to make a proper professional intro. It's incredible. And I mean, I'm saying this, like, not to brag, because it is our intro, but I'm saying this out of pride. And because I didn't make it, I was involved in the creation process, but I didn't make it. So it's more, I'm not bragging for myself. I'm like talking about how good the work is that those guys have done. So if you ever do listen to our podcasts, obviously iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Music, Google Play, is it Amazon Music, Amazon Podcast, whatever, all of the places.
Same thing. They both filter into the same thing.
Nice. So yeah, if you do listen to the podcast, do feel free to head over to twitch.tv/icecreamuploads. Check out the new intro. It'll be on the start of all of our streams now. It's less than 3 minutes long, but it's incredible. It's incredible. Like, our designers literally built a 3D world. It's not a case of putting a few images together. They built a 3D world, which you can see it, like, because you've got reflections and all sorts of stuff. It's magic. Literal digital graphical trickery. God damn. No, Garth, thank you very very much for the follow and for the getting involved in the chat. How are you doing? Hey, just after Nacho throws down, it's all going off. We appreciate you all dropping in, by the way. We haven't been around with the scoop for almost 2 weeks. Both Bib and myself had 10 days off because there was Easter bank holiday weekend, plus we had half-term week off as well, doing family stuffs. So there has been streams. There has been PUBG fun times, plus we briefly took part in the Code Red CCS3 last week. Not much happened.
I don't think I fired a bullet, you know. In fact, I fired one bullet and it was 100% success rate of it actually hitting someone, but that Torch team, what are they called?
Filth, Torch, yeah. Just dirtbags.
Hate them so much.
Honestly. Shout out to Pato, though, from Torch, who did drop into our streams following that. So, GG's, appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we did all we set out to do in game 1. The first thing we did was kill Bowser. So, that's it. I literally didn't kill another person in the entire tournament after that. Played 7 more games, no kills. But I killed Bowser first. So let's go! Stream before 2 p.m. What? It's because I've got 3 calls back-to-back this afternoon, so we've had to, like, push things out. Usually, first day back, emails still aren't under control yet, so usually it'd be getting everything out straight, but I'm not going to have time this afternoon, so we've had to, like, just fuck it. Ignore the dumpster fire over there that is your email inbox and just do the scoop right now. So that's the plan. Good morning, JMK there. How you doing? Hey. Hey, first-time viewer. Hi, first-time viewer. I'm Tito. To be fair, Tito, NoGaf doesn't say I'm first-time viewer. NoGaf was talking to first-time viewer, really, if you're going to be that pedantic. He's saying, hey, first-time viewer. So You should have been like,
First-time viewer.
you should have been like, I'm not first time viewer. I'm Tito, but hi. That's what you should have been like. If we're gonna be pedantic, but we're not. We're not gonna be like that. But if we were gonna be like that, that's what we. Okay, that's what we're gonna be like. Nice. Anyway, welcome in. If you don't know who we are, my name is Graham. This is Bib. We're Ice Cream Uploads, and this is the Scoop, the UK's #1 video game podcast. If we do say so ourselves, we are live. When we go live, almost each and every single weekday, apart from during half term and Easter weekends, on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads. Nice. Not pedantic, my ass. Exactly. Exactly. Anyway, we are live on twitch.tv/Ice Cream Uploads, where we go live almost each and every single weekday at 10 a.m. Ish. It's actually ish today. It's 11:50. 11's next to 10, so that's actually pretty close. As you can tell from the comments in the chat, before 2 p.m. Yeah, sometimes there is a bigger ish. But that's because we work in the video games industry. We bring you the news whenever we can around that work, and today it's a little bit earlier. Nice. Anyway, do feel free to get yourself comfortable. We're going to be live for the next hour or so, bringing you the biggest, the best, the breaking stories from the world of video games, plus our thoughts and impressions, and we want to hear your thoughts and impressions, and then your thoughts and impressions on our thoughts and impressions. That's kind of how the whole thing works. So please do feel free to get involved. And it's important that you do, because the live stream is turned into a podcast. We are live on Twitch, but the live stream goes out on YouTube as a video and an audio podcast on iTunes and Spotify and SoundCloud and Google Play. Not SoundCloud, but Amazon Music instead. God damn. So I've had a week off. It's completely gone out of my mind. We don't do SoundCloud anymore. Screw those guys. But before we go any further, let me remind you guys that, we do pricey stuff. We give stuff away. We do.
Yes.
At the start of each every single month, we give away prizes to subscribers, and that is something that we actually need to sort two of. So the last prize was won by Sam, who won a copy of WWE, but doesn't have a PlayStation, so doesn't have the facility to get that. So he's going to take an ICU hat instead. So we'll send that out to Sam when we're in the office tomorrow. And then the other one before that was Batman Dan, who won a copy of Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and that comes out in like days. /weeks. So we will send that out to Sam. But if you want a prize, all you need to do is make sure that you're a subscriber on the first Monday of every month. We will do a draw, and then one person will bag themselves a prize. They'll have 24 or 48 hours, I think it is, to claim it. And then, if not, we'll roll it again. It goes to someone else. Nice. So if you're a sub, anytime from now, you will be included in next month's sub. That includes anyone that subs.
My name is Optimus Prime.
Like that. Anyone that subs with an Optimus Primer. Thank you very much, Nogath.
Legend.
You, just like Gaming Nacho, just before you, are now included in the loot drop. So the first Monday of the month for May will be Monday the 1st of May. Is that a bank holiday? Will it be?
Yes, it will be.
Okay, so it will be the 8th of May that we do the draw, because it's the first Monday where we're actually operational. That's the way it always works. So it doesn't include bank holidays and things like that. But you've both subscribed now, so you'll be subbed until the 17th of next month. So that's plenty of time. Nice. So yeah, anyone else wants to throw down? A lot of people do. You will all be included in that. All you need to do is just make sure that when we do that, we ask you to claim it within the Discord. ! Discord if you need the link to the Discord. So we will draw it on stream, share it on stream. If we draw it in the Discord, we'll still announce it on the stream and stuff like that. You just need to be in the Discord to claim. Nice.
There's 3 bank holidays in May this year. We've got the 1st, then we've got the Queen, the King's coronation on the 8th.
Oh, what?
And then the 29th as well.
Oh, okay. Do you know what?
We're going to have to do it Tuesday or something.
Yeah, well, I think we'll do it Tuesday the 2nd then, because we can't really make people wait until the 17th or whatever we get to after.
It would have been the 15th, yeah.
15th. Sheesh. 15th. No, we'll do that one on the 2nd then. Back-to-back bank holidays is a little bit.
That's
extreme.
Outrageous.
Imagine that though. Someone subbing on the 17th and only just getting in for the next one. God damn. So yeah,
well, breaking news. Nietzsche's just texted me saying Scoop when. He hasn't got his notifications turned on, has he? Oh,
3 bank holidays, you lucky Do you know what? That makes a change. The UK being lucky when it comes to bank holidays is not a normal thing. It's only because it's the coronation of King Charles on the 8th or something like that. Or yeah, so Monday the 1st is May Day. Then it's like the coronation thing. So we don't get enough too. Yeah. Where are you from, though, Garth? Thank you for the Prime, though. I appreciate that, dude. For getting involved in the chat, for dropping the follow and the Prime. Hey, how you doing?
And the coronation's on the Saturday the 6th, but we're still getting the Monday off in it. Listen, I'm not complaining. we get another day off. But it's so weird that we get that the coronation's on the Saturday the 6th, but we're getting the 8th off anyway.
Yeah, it's because you get a bank holiday, but bank holidays can't fall on weekends, so the bank holiday carries into the Monday. It's
I
like,
thought it'd been on Friday.
It's like if you get like Christmas and then Boxing Day falls on the weekend, you get the Monday off instead, kind of thing. It's that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
Newcastle, out, get out. No. The reason Nietzsche is telling you to get out, by the way, is well, this will probably make it all pretty straightforward. This is how we communicate with Nietzsche in the chat. For those listening on audio podcasts, I'm holding up a copy of the 3rd edition of the Macam Dictionary. So let's communicate with Nietzsche. I'm gone nowhere with him. He's like a geeky at the trough. So yeah, there you go. I hope you enjoyed that.
I apologise for anyone who's deeply offended by Graham's attempts at some kind of accent there. I'm not sure which one it was.
I mean, I'm reading it exactly how it says it. I'm gone nowhere with him. He eats like a geeky at the trough. So there you go. Geeky, noun, an omnivorous hooved mammal with a flat snout and curled tail, kept for its meat. Nice. There you go.
Blimey.
So yeah,
no gaff. This is pretty much what it's like every single time that we go live.
Feel free to leave. You can unfollow if you want. Unfortunately, we're keeping the Prime. You can't get that one back now. I do also have somewhere. I don't know where I've put it. Oh, there we go. I've got one that I'm going to send over to Nietzsche at some point, which is the God's Own County Yorkshire passport, which also has like some Yorkshire vocab stuff in it as well, so he can understand me a bit clearer as well. It's all about sharing the love. So there you go. Nice. Anyway, that's enough of that. Let's jump in to the split screen. Hey, as we talk about the news. So we have a few stories for you today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stories we're going to run through today. We're going to kick off talking about PlayStation. Do you know what PlayStation throughout the whole of the PS4 generation was known as for the players?
Kicking ass.
We've coined a phrase on this channel that PlayStation's great. PlayStation is great. We're both playing PlayStations. We also both have Xboxes, but we're playing PlayStations as well. But now it's for the payers, and something that they have just done with Spider-Man is definitely iconic of that phrase, for the payers. It's not a great move. We'll kick off talking about that. We'll then talk about Sega buying Rovio, the studio behind Angry Birds. We'll talk about Discord having new voice message functions. Dark and Darker is still off of Steam. That's a game that we spoke about, I don't know, about 6 months ago, maybe not even that. And now the devs are encouraging people to torrent the game. God damn.
Oh, is this 2008?
I know, what? LimeWire be like, what? And Fortnite is reportedly getting a Doctor Who event. I mean, who cares? Who plays Fortnite? Who's bought Fortnite skins recently? Hey, babe. How you doing?
No comment, Your Honor.
Nice. Where do we get to? Greedy bastard, says Nietzsche. I'm assuming that's just in relation to me, but cheers, mate. Good morning, just gents. Good morning, Gaggard. How you doing? All right, darling. How's things, Gaggard? How was your weekend? To be honest, my friend had to get the Jordan dictionary, and now it's my translator for our European friends.
Fair.
Don't worry, folks. I'm not sending G a Scottish phrase book. That's just a box of Ready Breck, isn't it? What's Fortnite? Bibby will tell you about that when we get to the last story of the day.
Yes.
Nietzsche, 2 weeks, mate. Way. Nice. Okay, Bib, question.
Yes.
Have you played Spider-Man on PlayStation?
Yes.
Have you played all of it?
No.
Did you know that you can play all of it using PS Plus?
Yes.
Are you going to do that? No, you're not, is the answer to that question. Sorry, I needed a bit more time because I changed stuff. It took me longer than anticipated to get the article to pop up on screen. Fuck! Eric Switzer at the Gamer. I know. Take 10 days off and it all falls apart. God damn. So Eric Switzer at the Gamer has this story. It says, we all know why Sony is removing Spider-Man from PS Plus, and it's gross. So the only reason Spider-Man is leaving PS Plus is that a lot of people are about to buy it. Which is business, but it's just a bit tedious. Anyway, this week's PlayStation blog provided some updates on the games coming to PS Plus this month. Some of the popular titles subscribers will be able to play for free in April include Doom Eternal, Wolfenstein 2, Interesting. That says Kena Bridge of Shadows, but it's called Bridge of Spirits, isn't it? Is it not Bridge of Spirits? I swear it's Kena Bridge of Spirits. I'm saying that, and I'm assuming the article's wrong. Kena Bridge of Spirits and Slay the Spire. Unfortunately, as is the case with its competitor Game Pass, we can't have new games without losing some too. The fine print at the bottom of the blog post reveals that several games, including Marvel Spider-Man, will be leaving PS Plus on May the 15th. And I think we all know why. Was it Bridge of Spirits?
It was Spirits, yeah.
Oh, look at that. It's like he knows his video games. Oh, let's go, baby. Nice. Anyway, Sony calls this part of our normal content refresh, as if adding new games to PlayStation Plus isn't enough. Apparently, you also have to remove some games to make the store feel fresh. Nice little bit of banter there. You love it. You love it. Xbox also does this with Game Pass whenever contracts with publishers expire or licensing deals interrupt its ability to offer certain games. But none of these things apply to Marvel Spider-Man. It's a first-party title that Sony owns, and it's not getting pulled from digital stores. It's only leaving the service because Sony thinks it can make a couple of extra bucks in the lead-up to Spider-Man 2. The sequel is expected to launch sometime in the fall, which means that those that missed the original may be interested in checking it out now. It's common to see a spike of old game sales every time a sequel comes out. Hell, even the old Super Mario movie has become an Amazon bestseller thanks to the success of the new one. Having Marvel Spider-Man PlayStation Plus right now adds a lot of value to the service, but the bean counters at Sony decided that they could make a little more money if people had to buy it. So it's gone. Okay, I'm going to skip forward because you can get where it's going to, but the end paragraph pretty much nails the sentiment of this article. So Marvel Spider-Man is on PS Plus. Marvel Spider-Man 2 is coming out later in the year. They expect a lot of people will be interested in playing that, so rather than letting them play it for free, they've taken it off, expecting that people then will have to buy it. And then that's where this last paragraph comes in that says, the whole thing reeks of too big to fail decision-making, and it's going to catch up with Sony eventually. I know there are a lot of loyal PlayStation fans out there, but these signs of disrespect are going to pile up eventually, and no amount of exclusives will be enough to keep it safe from scrutiny forever. This is a short-sighted decision that devalues PlayStation Plus and communicates to its subscribers that Sony cares more about making a few bucks today than earning your commitment to its brand because it believes it already has it. I don't think Sony should be so cavalier about its reputation or the trust of its community. Fucking mic drop. That is what we've been saying on this channel for months. PlayStation is an exceptional brand that has built itself an exceptional position in the console games market and the entire games market. And they've done that by creating great content, having great offerings, great systems, but their systems aren't particularly great. Xbox has so many systematic functions like quick resume and the velocity architecture and like all that jazz. Not mentioning Game Pass and all that sort of stuff. xCloud as well. The ability to run on Chromium software so you can get Discord a year earlier than the counterpart that has an exclusive partnership. All this stuff that Xbox has done that's really good. PlayStation have just started charging people for things. So exceptionally great system, exceptionally great history, but it kind of stopped. They haven't progressed with that. And now they've gone from for the players to for the payers. And this article absolutely, for me, summed that up perfectly. What are your thoughts, Bib?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how much more I can add to this because it's quite a damning article, really, when you're from the top down to the very bottom. It shows the direction that we think that the brand is going to be going in. As someone who is a PlayStation enthusiast, go Team Blue, got my cup here, got a PlayStation logo on it. I've actually got some stickers here. I was trying to find my Steam link this morning. I bored graying with it this morning. Tried to find my Steam link this morning, can't find it, but found my Steam controller. But these will be going on my laptop tomorrow. In some form or another. So we got these from Gamescom. That's how long they've been in my drawer for. 2019 Gamescom. So yeah, as someone who is a PlayStation enthusiast, I've got my Xboxes. I love my Xbox too, but PlayStation is my primary console when it comes to playing games. It doesn't. You could tell that they're out in front. You could tell that they are the market leader at this moment in time because all the decisions that they're making are market leading decisions rather than consumer decisions that they had to do during the PlayStation 4 era, which then enforced them they put them in pole position to be the market leader. It feels like they've gone backwards in some respects, but I don't want to say that they're too big to fail, because genuinely they're not. We've had this before, where the market leaders have fluctuated between Xbox and PlayStation. But I don't, it's a juggernaut that I can't see stopping anytime soon. Like, regardless of the decisions that they end up making, eventually they all seem to come back full circle. And it might not be a consumer friendly one, but in terms of them as a business, it does feel like they do tend to make a lot more good decisions than bad ones. We think as consumers that this is a terrible decision because we know what they're doing with this. They're obviously trying to make as much money as possible, but ultimately they are obviously a business, and that's what they want to be able to do. Using Spider-Man for this is probably a bad example on the basis of this game is really old now. People who were interested in playing this game have already played it. I don't think people jumping into a sequel now is then going to entice them, because we've already had Miles Morales. Like, there's 2 Spider-Man games out there. If you are interested in playing them, you probably would have played them and finished them, or played them and put them to a side. Just
to jump on that, if people are already playing it and people have already played it, then why are they getting rid of it?
Yeah. Again, this could come back to the point where they need to remove something. Like, they've just got rid of all the PlayStation the PlayStation. What's it called? The PlayStation catalog thing that when you got your PlayStation 5, you got like 14
collection.
games, didn't you? Yeah, something like that. They've just got rid of that. They didn't need to, but they have, because they assume now that people who have had the consoles for 3 years would have, even if I didn't play all the games that was on there, but I've activated them and put them into my library, I imagine people would have done that by now. And I'm not making excuses for them. I don't know what their bottom line is. I don't know how they do their market research. I don't know what their ins and outs of their conversations are every single day. But the obvious thing is obviously there's a Spider-Man 2 coming out. I was going to use an example then of no one's going to be playing Spider-Man 2 without playing Spider-Man 1. However, we've got an instance now where Resident Evil 4 has come out, like it did in 2005, and people who wasn't interested in playing the original have started to play 4 because it was a lot more modern. And the tank controls was abolished. It was an action game that piqued people's interest. So a lot of people who were playing 4 probably didn't even realize what the storyline was like before they jumped into that. And Leon Kennedy was probably their first PlayStation, their first Resident Evil character that they would have been able to play with. I don't know the situation. Spider-Man's fucking massive. It's something that you would assume that that Xbox would have been fighting hand over fist to be able to have on their console, but they obviously haven't. So it's PlayStation's to do what they want with, whether or not they want to put it on PC or put it on into anything else. I don't know the reason for it, but we can all pretty much assume that it's something to do with they're going to bundle them up with Miles Morales and Spider-Man 1. So, yeah.
See, for me, it is PlayStation to do what they want with. They have made this game, and the game has been phenomenally well received, as has the sequel. Obviously, 2018 it came out, so it's been out 5 years. A lot of people have played it. It has been free. But the PlayStation Plus collection had things like, Days Gone. Okay, that's owned by PlayStation. But it had all sorts of other games in there that were thrown in as well that weren't owned by PlayStation. So that whole thing wrapping up, okay, fine. There's probably things like New Horizon games. There may even be a Days Gone sequel. And whatever games are in that collection will have sequels and stuff coming. And you want to kind of put those back on sale for people to buy rather than be free at some point in the future. Plus, then you've got the external stuff. I think there was some Square Enix stuff. I want to say Final Fantasy or something in there. I can't quite remember now. It's been a few years since I've looked at the PS Plus collection. So those contracts would have lapsed. So like this article said, games leave Game Pass all the time. Games leaving something like that. Fair dues. But that's MLB The Show leaves because it's made by PlayStation Studios and it's owned partially by the MLB. So, contracts are signed for 10, 12, 18, 24, whatever months, and then it leaves again. If they don't renew it, it leaves. But this is on PS Plus, owned by PlayStation, developed by PlayStation. There is no contracts. There is no need to pull that other than cash, which I get. It is purely business, and it's not without the realm of possibility that they can remove that. But I do fully agree with the article, with the way that they said this whole thing reeks of too big to fail decision making, and it's going to catch up with Sony eventually. I think it will, because you go back to Xbox, absolutely flopping and like missing the landing in terms of TV. If you don't know what that is, we talk about it all the time, but it's the Xbox E3 conference where they announced the Xbox One and they talked about all these things that you can do that weren't just playing games with your friends. It was, you can have a, do you remember Skype? You can have a Skype call on your screen whilst playing games. It's like, all right then, that's a bit weird, but okay. You can watch TV on your screen whilst playing games. It's like, I'm literally playing games. Why would I be watching TV? Also, this console, like, you can now not sell your games and stuff because, with digital rights management, all consoles will have DRM, so you can't actually sell your games anymore. So when you put it in, it will lock it to you, and nobody else can you can't give it to your mate to play. You're like, all right then. Okay, this is weird as fuck now. Keep going. And then they go, also, your console has to always be connected to the internet or we will kill it too. And it's like, okay, more DRM stuff. This is fucking weird. And in reality, none of what Xbox did then was bad. And a lot of what Xbox did then has actually been accepted as common practice by the industry as a whole in general now. But Xbox did it in a way that wasn't really conducive towards making the playing experience better for players at that point in time. And that's exactly where PlayStation are. So PlayStation back then were going, hey, how do you share a game on PlayStation? Like this. Oh, is that all it is? Pass from one hand to the other. Jobs are good. And look, it's for the players. We're making things easier and better for you. This is not easier. This is not better. This is 70 quid more expensive. It's probably 40 quid, 30 quid, whatever, because the game has already been out. But The Last of Us TV series, not even a video game, has proven that people will go back and play video games that have already been out that everyone has played. The Last of Us has been released 76 times now. We're on. I mean, that's just the first game.
That's Skyrim.
Yeah, well, exactly. But people still went back and bought that because there was a lot of people that haven't played the game, despite there being millions of people that had. Cyberpunk on Netflix made people go and get Cyberpunk again. Like the article mentions that people have gone and watched the Mario Brothers movie from the 90s. They've gone and bought that because the new films come out and they thought, yeah, let's go and watch that sort of stuff. So, so Spider-Man 2 coming out definitely could push sales of Spider-Man. And PlayStation are well within their rights to go, we'll take a few extra quid. But PlayStation from last generation wouldn't have done that. PlayStation from the last generation were, this is how you share games. It's like, well, this is how you play the Spider-Man game that you've already had for free. 50 quid. But it was already free. Yeah, no, but now we could take 50 quid off you. PlayStation from the last generation wouldn't have done that because they were fighting to get out in front. But as we always say on this as well, a brand that's in front doesn't want to rock the boat. You're making shitload of money. They make hay when the sun shines. They cream every penny, every quid that they can out of people. And that is what did Xbox dirty. And that is why Xbox is the second biggest console brand. PlayStation are Xboxing their way through their first place in the console market. And they are doing it at such an incredible rate. Lack of backwards compatibility, lack of attempts to build up some form of Game Pass competitor, the lack of cloud software of any real standard. I've got PS Remote Play. It's tragic. It's tragic. Unless you are at NASA, your internet is not good enough for PS Remote Play. I mean, some people probably have better than me. My internet's not bad. It's decent enough to stream most of the time. Probably not steadily. And if I can do that, but I can't stream a connection to a console that's doing all the heavy lifting. God damn. So PlayStation doing all this stuff badly, poorly, and then just blatantly goes and looks you in the eye and then just takes another 50 quid out of your pocket and goes, yeah, I know you've had all that time. You could have played that, but you didn't.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to
I've just checked the store now to see how much it actually is. And for the standard version, 35 quid. For the Game of the Year version, 45 quid. And then there's like 3 other chapters that you can buy for like 7 quid each. And then Miles Morales is 43 quid. So yeah, it's a lot of money for something. It's basically one of those, if you've got it, play it, get it out of your system now, because eventually it's very soon it's going to disappear.
It's disgusting though. Like Christmas comes along. This game, Spider-Man, is probably coming out in September. Based off of PlayStation's release cycles from previous years, it's going to come out in September, maybe October. So parents will be buying consoles for their kids, and the console will possibly come bundled with a Spider-Man 2, or it'll have an add-on option of Spider-Man 2. But then you've got to get Spider-Man 1, and then you've got to get Miles Morales. I don't mind. Miles Morales only came out at launch of the PlayStation. It's an exceptional game as well, by the way. I don't mind if you're making people pay for Miles Morales because they've not paid for that shit yet. They've paid for that already. But give them the Spider-Man 1 for free. They've got Spider-Man 2 because you've got that with the console. If they want to buy Miles Morales as well, a side sort of mission to build the whole picture out, jobs are good. But taking away free stuff to make them pay for it is just dirty behavior. It's not bad. It's just dirty. It just paints you in such a bad light. I mean, this article is worth a read. I'll copy the link to it and put it in the chat. Like, we skipped out a bit of it because if you want to read the full thing, then the Gamer have got you covered. There you go. There's the article. Just generally, the sentiment in that article for me absolutely nails it. It's that too big to fail decision making. Sony are being cavalier about its reputation. They're taking the trust of the community for granted. That's what it feels like for me. PlayStation 12 years ago would have absolutely loved for the ability to have 10 million people coming into their console to play an exclusive game and stick around. Mm-hmm. Now they've got them. They don't realize what they have. They've forgotten what they wanted. So that's the shame. That's the shame for me. It is genuinely a shame to see. Exclamation mark Sky. I actually, when you started that gag for a second ago, I thought my internet went down then just because you did it. God damn. Cringiest and worst conference in gaming history next to Don't You Have Mobiles? Or what is it?
That's the Diablo one, wasn't it?
Konami E3 conference. I'm not going to play it on stream. There you go. Konami E3 conference director's cut. That's the one.
As far as for some of you,
this is 11 minutes. This is a phenomenal watch. I'm not going to play it, obviously, but this is what E3 used to be like. People in rooms with like lecterns and like amphitheaters, almost like something you'd see at a college or a university kind of stuff, hotel banquet sort of stuff. It's fucking it's incredible. It's incredible. When you've got 11 minutes spare, not right now because we're still streaming, go watch that. Fill your boots. So yeah, PlayStation removing Spider-Man from PS Plus. It's gross, says Eric Switzer at the Gamer. And I agree. I do agree, because it's not gross in terms of they can't do it. It's gross because PlayStation are taking you for granted. And a generation ago, they would have done anything but that. Xbox took you for granted a generation ago. But now they are doing anything but that. It's almost like the roles have been completely reversed. God damn. So frustrating to not see brands learn off one another, but there we go. Next
Do you
up,
reckon it's because the people keep on moving in positions? Like, I'm not saying that like not Todd Phillips. Why am I bringing him into it? I'm not saying that people in power at PlayStation haven't been there for ages, but if there's people that are constantly moving around and stuff, and they don't have people around them that are saying this is probably a bad idea, do you reckon this is playing a part in it, or do you reckon it's just ego at this point?
Maybe a bit of that, maybe a bit of ego, but I think it's just the struggle of man and power, and money is power. So, okay, we've got shitloads of power. We are powerful. We've already got stats that show that we're powerful and we make shitloads of money. So let's just keep making the money. And it's like, yeah, but you do realize that you're not drinking from a never-ending fountain. You've got one pool that you are completely dipping into. Yeah, there's shitloads of it left. Look at all of the pool. But then eventually you've got nothing left to drink from because you've rinsed everything, and it's like, oh, shit. So I feel like changes in management stop that from happening or start that happening. But it's just bizarre to see businesses just get so high on their own Kool-Aid time and time again. It's like, I'd do anything to be in first place. I would look out for all of the players. Would you? Yeah, we are for the players. Yay! You're in first place now. Yay! Nice. Do you know what would be really good if we just took a couple of quid off the players? Just a couple of quid. Oh, they give us a couple of quid, and we're still in first place, and they seem relative. We'll take 5 quid this time. Yeah. Okay, we'll call it 15 quid next time. Okay, 25 quid off of each of the. Okay, let's just not let anybody play games. We won't even bother making games. They can just give us the money. That's the way this works now. And it's like, no. It's bizarre to see businesses that you love and respect just making these stupid decisions, and it's a great business decision for now. it's not a great business decision when you are already under threat from Xbox, which is making the best consumer-facing decisions in the console industry. It just seems stupid, but there you go. I'm currently playing The Last of Us 1 on PS5, but I loaned it from my local library and paid for exactly 0 cents for it. Exactly. 0 cents is also what PlayStation's decision making includes, as in cents, not cents, but cents. Nice. Same word, but different. Nice. Nietzsche in the chat says, Mayday, Mayday, which is actually really good because let me share. Can I copy link? This from Saturday stream. When you've got yourself a few seconds, feel free to watch that. For now, though, we will jump into our next bit of news, which is actually a little bit different. Sega is reportedly set to buy Angry Birds studio Rovio for $1 billion. God damn. This is Chris Scullion at VGC. The deal could be done in a matter of days, it's claimed. Sega could be poised to acquire Rovio Entertainment, the Finnish developer behind the Angry Birds series of games. According to a report in the Wall Street Journal, which cites people familiar with the situation, Sega Sammy Holdings is in talk to buy Rovio in a deal worth around $1 billion. The reports suggest that as long as the talks don't break down and aren't drawn out for any reason, the deal could be done in a matter of days. Rovio had previously been the target of Playtika, an Israel-based mobile developer best known for its casual slot machine, poker, and hidden object games. Playtika announced in January that it had submitted a proposal to acquire Rovio for $810 million. A few weeks later, Rovio announced that its board of directors had started a strategic review and was entering preliminary discussions with various parties, including Playtika. However, Playtika announced last month that its discussions with Rovio had ended with no deal agreed, meaning it doesn't stand in the way of Sega's deal. In recent months, Rovio has been struggling to find a comfortable business model that accommodates both its much-loved Angry Birds game and the rest of its portfolio. In February, the studio announced that it was removing the Android version of Angry Birds and renaming the iOS version, claiming the popularity of the 2009 mega hit was impacting the business of its other games. Angry Birds community manager Sean Bucklew explained on the game's Discord server that the popularity of see that confidence in the name pronunciation. Explained that the game's Discord server that the popularity of Angry Birds, which cost 99 cents with no microtransactions, was negatively impacting its other games. If those games do not improve and grow, then the outlook of the entire company changes, he claimed. It's harder to create new games or work on new projects. I'm sure that's not something you'd want. End quote. Interesting. So a business that is struggling to make any other games but Angry Birds, which clearly people are still playing in 2023. I've probably not played it since 2010. It came out in 2009. The business is valued at $1 billion. Is that just because of the potential of Angry Birds? Is that just to get mobile under the belt? What are the thoughts, babe?
Forgive my ignorance with this, Graham, because very much echoing what you just said with that, but I didn't realise that Angry Birds was still as popular as it is now. This is an awful lot of money that's being spent for something that Lucky I don't 13. See. Like, there was obviously a Family Guy, Jesus. There was also an Angry Birds film and a TV show and stuff like that that comes a lot that came along with this, but I haven't seen Angry Birds in forever, and I'm not just talking about the video game. I'm talking about, like I've just mentioned, any other form of media. Like, I didn't realize that this was still a hugely popular franchise. I thought it not necessarily died, but Angry Birds was a toilet game, and I mean that in the kindest respect. This is the classic iOS. I'm having a shit. I've got 5 minutes to spare. 10 minutes if you're struggling. 15 minutes if you're fighting for your life. I'm going to play some Angry Birds, and we're a long way away from those kinds of mobile games.
Angry Turds.
Angry Turds, there you go. But yeah, that's essentially what, in my opinion, those kinds of games were. So I understand that it resonated with a lot of people at the time to spawn different types of media, but it's an awful lot of money for something that they don't know whether or not it's going to be worth that much when you're selling the brand, essentially. Your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I'm just updating the stream title. not stream title, discussing now. And it fits. Nice. Yeah, no, I agree. I fully agree. Beyond playing, I mean, I played a little bit of Angry Birds back then, not much. It was like early days of iPads for me, so it was like, oh, I'll stick it on the iPad. Oh, that was fun. And I think it was either free to play back then, or it came free in like one of the Apple Christmas campaigns or something. And then there was the Bad Piggies stuff, which came a few years later, which I didn't really play. I did play the Bad Piggy stuff maybe about 3 or 4 years ago in McDonald's. Some McDonald's, when you go in with a little one, not the Chloe's little one anymore, but she was back then, 8, 9-ish, you sit at a table that has like a fixed iPad in a housing kind of thing, and that had Bad Piggies on it. So I played it then. I was like, oh yeah, that was a bit of fun. All right, okay, nice. But no, never spent a penny on the game, never interested in spending a penny on the game, and clearly a bunch of people are or aren't either. I mean, if people aren't spending money, if people are spending the 99 cents on it, fair dues, but I imagine there's probably a bunch of people that are playing it for free. But then Rovio gets money from mobile advertising and so on. But I can understand it being big and successful because some games just don't go away. Like Bibby was tweeting about Pokemon Go yesterday. So a lot of people think, Pokemon Go, does anyone still play that? Yeah, billions of people. Well, maybe not billions, but millions still do. And millions.
Pokefest, didn't you, at the XL this weekend, which I was fuming that I wasn't going to. If it had been there 2 weeks ago, it'd have been a completely different story. But they have a Pokemon Go stand there that you can get exclusive stuff. Like, the game is still massive. They still have Pokemon Go days.
Yeah. So I mean, we went to fucking Chester or whatever for like specific Pokemon like city days. The whole city just turned into like some Pokemon celebration. There was like a bajillion people there. So mobile games definitely do have that sort of draw, and games that lead into other media. So Angry Birds probably has had some cartoon series, I imagine. It's definitely had films. So I imagine it still has a big draw. Just $1 billion is just a lot, especially with those comments from, I mean, I thought it was trying to say Buckley, Sean Buckley, but it's Bukalev. There's a W at the end rather than a Y, which is what confused me. Like, he's basically saying other games, Angry Birds being so big is negatively impacting its other games. None of its other games can live up. And we've seen that with games like PUBG. Crafton hasn't had the same level of success. So you are, I mean, accidental bird reference, putting all of your eggs in a different basket kind of thing. You're putting all your eggs in one basket in this instance because you can't make another basket because your first basket's too big that everyone goes, yeah, but forget your other baskets. Let me talk about that one. I want some more Angry Bird stuff. Can you make some Angry Piggies? Can you make some other angry animals, please? Because that's what we want. We want that. So if that's the case, is it worth $1 billion? And if it is worth $1 billion, why? Don't get me wrong, mobile churns, it definitely does. Mobile games, in terms of pounds per user, is the biggest medium out there compared to PC, compared to console, whatever. I think it was something like 2 to 1. I don't have the stats. If you do have updated stats, feel free to correct me, but I'm sure it was something like 60% of revenue was coming from mobile games and only 30% was coming from the other ones or something. I could be wrong on that one, but we'll just go with that for the point. So it's almost 2 to 1 earning potential. So that makes sense. It just doesn't seem like the right story. But then again, Sega are looking at it. Playtika were looking at it. Other people were probably looking at it as well. So clearly there's something there. So, you know what? Fair play. GG's. If it floats your boat, nice. But if it all goes wrong, don't get angry about it. Next. Okay, moving ahead. Discord. It rolls out voice messages. Mic drop. This is written by Bibby's mate Vikki Blake over at Eurogamer. Not to be confused with Vikki Blake over at GQ, who yes, did interview Bibby for a piece on Resident Evil. Nice. So voice messages are now available on Discord. This means users are able to send messages of up to 20 minutes length to complement the existing ability to converse via voice chat. Right now, the ability to send messages is only available on the mobile version, although Discord says you can listen to your messages on any Discord platform. For those wondering, yes, you can disable the ability to receive voice messages on your server via the server settings /roles menu, although there's no specific word on how individuals can disable the facility. Quotes, voice messages gives you the ability to send an audio recording directly to your friends, Discord explains. For now, you can only send voice messages through a direct message, group direct message, or in a server with fewer than 200 members. These can be listened to on any device when you can access Discord, but can only be sent through the mobile app. The rollout follows a trial that saw Discord voice chat made available for all PS5 users. We get the PS5 stuff. Basically, some people don't send text messages. Some people send voice notes on WhatsApp and the like. And Discord thought, do you know what, fuck it, we'll have a little bit of that. And that's clearly evident from the fact that you can send it in DMs, group DMs, and servers with less than 200 people, i.e. a server that more often than not, people have set up for their group of friends. So, yeah, you can post voice notes to your other people. But you can't go into the Halo Discord with 72 bajillion people and go, all right, lads, it's Bibby, yeah, I'm just going to play some games in a bit. Does anyone want to jump on? If you do, let me know, send me a message. It's weave _Bibinho _United _for life. Nice. In a bit, boys. Let's go, mate. So you can't be dropping those messages into the Discord because it's not for that. So, nice, Bib. Love to see it. Does this appeal to you? WhatsApp voice messaging in Discord? Yes, no. Thoughts, Bib?
Absolutely not.
Same.
This is I would love to see on the poll of things that people would love to see happen with Discord where this would have placed, because I reckon that this would have been very near the bottom of what people would actually like to be implemented into Discord. It does. We need something new, lads. What can we do? Well, me and my mates send voice messages on WhatsApp all the time. Maybe that might be cool. Get it in. Put her in. And yeah, it's pointless in my opinion. This might benefit a very few amount of people, but yeah, this sucks.
Yeah, it's not for me. It's not for me. I mean, I'm not a big voice messenger anyway. I do it if I'm driving or something like that, and then I can do it without actually having to like take my hands off the wheel and so on. But even then, it's still not. If I can wait to get home, I probably will do. It's only if I feel like someone's waiting on me, then I'll do a voice note kind of thing. But then, even still, more often than not, I will give whoever it is a ring instead. Jobs are good, and it's only if they're messaging me and well, you get the idea. I don't really do it. That said, I know there is a lot of people out there that do only do voice notes because they're too busy or whatever. Imagine being that busy that you can't even just type something, that you have to speak it. Whoa, God! I mean, I'm a busy man, but God damn. Yeah. So, yeah, it has a place. It has a time. It has a time and a place. For me, that's not Discord. So, yeah, if you're in the ICU Discord, sadly, we've got more than 200 members in our Discord, so we can't enable it in our Discord. So, oh no.
If you've got less than... surely if people can use WhatsApp for this. If this is a server, if this is only for servers of like 10 to 12 people, surely you probably know who they are. You've got the number. Is it not easier to have a WhatsApp? I know you can have voice channels and things like that, but to send a voice message in Discord for that many people, I'm assuming you probably got them on WhatsApp anyway. Is it not easier to do it on that? Then again, people could use it for different things. Yeah. So yeah, I'm not going to say I'm not going to come here and gatekeep or anything like that. But it just feels such as if it's under 200 people, they're already pigeonholed how much use this is going to get anyway. I don't think they're doing it. Oh, there's over 200 people in that one. You can't do it because you'll annoy everyone. I think they're pigeonholing how many people are going to be using this.
Imagine a Discord with 198 people in it, all just throwing in voice notes. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so at all. No. I mean, do you know what? Like Bibby says, there's no need for gatekeeping. You do you. If this works for you, jobs are good, and it definitely does not work for me. It's Discord looking at other mediums and going, how can we fill their needs that they're providing? It's like, no, you're Discord. You have your own need. You don't need to look at what others are doing because you do what you do spectacularly. Focus on what you do and how you can evolve that. Voice noting, I know it's a form of discourse, and your name is Discord. It's not right. Nah. It's not for me. It's not for me. Anyway, moving ahead. Dark and Darker is still off Steam. Kuhnke at VG247 has this story. It says, so Dark and Darker is... When I keep saying that, I instantly get Team America in my mind, so apologies for that. Its devs are encouraging players to torrent it. The game was pulled from Steam after Iron Mace Games was raided by police. God damn. Was it... They were apparently using files that they'd taken from somewhere else or something?
Yeah, apparently they've been using stolen assets from Nexon.
Oh, there you go. So following Dark and Darker's delisting from Steam, developer Iron Mace Games is now encouraging players to torrent the game. The whole situation with Dark and Darker has been a wild one. Things started out exceptionally well with its third playtest back in February, but soon after that, Iron Mac, I'm Nice. Iron Mace Games was raided by police due to accusations of asset theft from game publisher Nexon. In turn, Dark and Darker was pulled from Steam due to a cease and desist from Nexon. Now, in the latest development of this bumpy ride, Iron Mace Games is fully encouraging its players to just torrent the game so they can keep playing it. Iron Mace Games sent a message to all users in Dark and Darker's official Discord saying that, sharing the torrent in quite a radical move for such a situation. Thank you for your patience. We apologise for the radio silence, the message reads. Unfortunately, due to complexities of our situation, especially across international lines, it's taking time to resolve the Steam situation. In order for us to keep our promise to our fans, we've had to go old school this time. Going on to say that players who want to participate in the 5th alpha playtest can now download the game through a torrent link the developers provided. The developer also warned players to not get the torrent from any other sources, as we cannot guarantee the integrity of any other links. All future patches will also be distributed in this manner, and you should only get the links from our official Discord announcement channel. Iron Mace Games are denying all accusations from Nexon regarding stolen assets and code, though until everything is resolved, the only way to play the game will likely be through torrenting it. We recommend you don't do that for your own digital safety. End article, Kuhnke, VG247. What a fucking weird situation this is. It stinks like some weird PR stunt to me. Like, how can we get people to fill up our Discord? How can we... It's almost like controversy creates cash, as we were speaking around any game that's had controversy recently. It feels like that. Oh, let's get people in. People love the feel of being a hacker. People love the feel of doing something naughty. People love the feel of getting their hands on something free when the system doesn't want them to. But it's also weird as fuck. So it doesn't feel like that either. It's strange. Thoughts, Pip?
Yeah, again, we mentioned it at the top of the show, like this is a 2008 move right here. Like, I can't remember the last time I loaded up uTorrent. I feel like it's the same. We're going back to the LimeWire days. It is bizarre, but I mean, they're still distributing the game, so surely that's against the law. They're not using Steam because they've had the cease and desist, but they're still continuing to use the assets. Now, if they're telling people that they're still providing the game via a torrent, surely that's still an illegal grey area. I don't know. This is all way above me in my head, but it's a very odd way of going about. Next, we'll be releasing this podcast on MySpace. You can feel free to go over and find us over there. Like, it is such an old school feel. But I imagine, well, the people in our chat are roughly around the same age as us and a little bit older anyway, so they'll probably know what the uTorrent is. But there'll be a lot of people out there that were just like, what is that? Like, how do I get this game? Torrenting? What? So someone has the file on their PC and they're sharing the seed from that. Hopefully there's enough people to be able to put that seed into the internet for them to be able to download from. Otherwise it'll take... It's a bizarre thing that I thought we'd eliminated a long, long time ago.
Wait, so this guy's got seeds? Where do we plant the seeds? What? It's like,
I
mean, does horticulture come into video game development? I don't understand. Do I need to be a gardener? What is this? My space survival, baby. Yeah, it is.
This is the way that they're getting around it. It's better than hosting it in a Google Drive, I suppose.
I don't understand the end game. Like, is it the fact that we've made this game, we've spent our blood, sweat, tears, our time making this game, our reputation has already been damaged by being accused of theft? Is this just them trying to reclaim their name as going, do you know what, fuck the man, stick it to the man, and we'll just put the game out so you can see what we've played, what we've made is great, so we are writing this game off. The damage is done for us in this game. We can't earn anything off it, so give it away for free, and then people will like us and probably buy the next platform. That's the only thing I feel like they're doing here, which is bizarre, because imagine releasing your 5th beta for a game and future DLCs and updates and so on. Like, how can you make future DLC and updates and release the full version of the game if you're giving it away for free at this point? It's strange. Unless, like I say, it's some weird big PR ploy. Get people in, get them all playing it. Suddenly Nexon go, we were mistaken, everything is great. And then all of a sudden the game comes out and they high five as the game sells 1 million copies or whatever. But then Nexon looks stupid because they've pressed charges on something that wasn't there. So it doesn't. It feels like a PR thing, but a PR thing usually ends as a victimless crime.
Stay frosty, yeah.
Whereas this wouldn't be that. Phony!
Sorry.
Sorry. Thank you for the 10 months, Phony.
sorry.
Terribly sorry. Frightfully sorry, old bean. Yeah, PR stuff ends up as a victimless crime. Oh, that controversy wasn't real controversy at all, and we're all friends. Nice. But this is Nexon versus Iron Mace Games. If Iron Mace are thieves, Nexon have been hard done to. If Iron Mace aren't thieves, Nexon are like just the brand that cried wolf kind of thing. They've labelled other people without information and without reasonable to do so. So someone's reputation drops after this. So there is a victim in this. So if it is PR stuff, then I don't get what the end game is. So it's not PR stuff, which is what makes it confusing as fuck.
It's very bizarre.
There we go. Anyway, okay, we've got 2 more stories, so let's jump through these pretty quickly. Phony, thank you very much for the 10 months there. And before that, I don't even know if I actually called this one out. Sheepfragger, thank you very much for 13 months, 17 minutes ago. Lucky 13. I mean, clearly 13 is unlucky because I didn't even acknowledge it. God damn. But I love you, Sheep. Thank you very much.
Legend.
Also, if you did see the Mayday clip in the chat, that was Sheep's making. We were playing PUBG on Saturday. Sheep bolted someone out of a glider, and then their teammate was basically sad to be alone and followed them. So it's definitely worth a watch. If you didn't see it, I'll give you the link again. Skadoosh. There it is. Nice. Let me catch up with the comments. Pokemon Go is still a goer, says Gagad. It is. Bibby's still playing it. Bibby's still playing it.
Yeah. Got back into it.
I have it installed. It's still, I mean, it's that big of a game for me. It's on my bottom row on my first screen, so I can see it. It's not in the dock at the bottom, but it's on the bottom row on the first screen. Even though I've not really opened it up in 6 months, probably. But I'm still in Pokemon Go groups in WhatsApp that are muted now, but that are still churning through. Oh, there's a T5 raid over at this stop and so on. So yeah, it's still big. Obviously not as big as it was from that Pokemon Go summer, but it went from being a massive mainstream fad to a massive niche. So yeah, still massive, still big. Never invested any money in Angry Birds. I did play it for a while, but touched it in a long time, nor I won't. Couldn't care less about the movie, says Lake. Exactly. But it's still worth $1 billion. Imagine that. God. People who send voice notes are monsters, says Tito. Nice. Just remember to not give away US intelligence documents with them. What, with voice notes? Wait, have we done this before? Have we given away US intelligence documents? God damn it, Bib.
I can't help it. Loose lip sync ships.
Last time I used torrent, it was for downloading a PES 2021 option file. I don't even remember the last time I downloaded a torrent.
I genuinely can't. It must have been. I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it.
Don't incriminate. Loose lips, sig bibs.
Yeah, I'm not going to say when I last used it, but it was around 2008.
I preferred ISO Hunt and BitComet or Newsleacher before most of the servers were taken down. Yeah, I can't remember. The thing is, though, like, internet speeds and stuff are that rapid these days that you don't even need torrents. That was effectively a way of just, like, compressing files and sharing it all in one fell swoop, whereas now you can go, you want to download 76 bajillion gig? That's fine, unless you're Graham Day using Graham Day's internet. Then yeah, step this way, sir. I've still got it on my Nokia 3210, I think. No, you don't. No, you don't. No, I remember a 3210. No, you don't. remember LimeWire and giving your computer aids?
Yeah.
There used
I
to be
shared something to you this morning, didn't I?
A LimeWire playlist on Spotify.
A LimeWire playlist, yeah, that someone's generated with all songs that you 100% definitely give your PC viruses with. I would share it in the chat for the old boys.
There used to be a meme for that, for like giving your PC aids just so that you can get a few MP3s or whatever. But it was either LimeWire or Napster, whichever way. And it was like fully knowing that you're killing your PC just so that you can get a few MP3s.
With
it's
it.
like, yeah, 100%. Nice. Don't know why it's all running slow, Mum.
Yeah, but there's always some joker. You're trying to download Linkin Park and it'll be fucking Vanessa Carlton or whatever she's called. They just change the name of the song and then host it up there. Yeah.
And I miss you. Yeah, or fucking a little bit of Rick rolling. No, thank you.
Yeah.
Pokeballs? Yeah, exactly, with your porn balls. Get out of here. Okay, next up. We'll quickly fly over this one. Fortnite is reportedly getting a Doctor Who event. The show will celebrate its 60th anniversary later this year. So a Doctor Who event is reportedly coming to Fortnite. Twitter user iFireMonkey, who regularly reports on Fortnite content ahead of its announcement, suggested the game is set to tie in with the popular BBC sci-fi show. According to them, the 2-week-long event will be timed with the show's 60th anniversary celebrations, which kick off later this year. The item shop would feature 2 skins, 2 pickaxes, 1 glider, and 1 emote, they claim. BuzzDev Peeps 100% getting this package, by the way. So yeah, if you're into Doctor Who, there is TARDIS stuff coming later this year. Nice. Mr. Bibb,
Yes.
are you interested in Doctor Who skins?
No, but I know half the office will be. So this is definitely something that's everyone's going to be running around as Doctor Who cards. I can hand on heart say, I'm not saying that it's wouldn't be up my street, but I have never watched an episode of Doctor Who ever in my life.
Family members, big fans. I know Lotus is a fan. Not interested. Not for me. Are there any skins that have been on the store recently that may have tickled your fancy, babe?
No.
Not at all. No.
No Resident Evil skins have been on that Fortnite shop in a long old time, Graham, and that's the only way that I am. That's the only way I'm keeping myself sane.
Let me just click this button. Now, chat. Does this look like the face of a man that has bought Resident Evil skins in Fortnite recently? I mean, I'll let you decide.
No!
Don't look at me! So there you go. If you're playing Fortnite and you're a fan of Doctor Who, there will be Doctor Who skins coming later in the year, according to leaks. But if you want other games like Resident Evil or Star Wars or any other films or whatever, then do feel free to check those out too. We don't have an Epic code. It's not an ad. It's just to let you know that's the situation. Fortnite get Doctor Who skins. Nice.
Yeah.
About 10 years too late since it's dropped in global popularity since the 50th. Yeah, but they've got like the 60th, and David Tennant's coming back though, isn't he? So like all the Whovians. That's what they call themselves, by the way.
I thought those people in in Whoville.
The Hoobs.
The Hoobs. Yeah, I thought that was the people in the Grinch.
I mean, it could be that too. I know Jamie used the word Whovian, and I went,
oh God.
Yeah. So all the Doctor Who nerds. It's all right. We're on Twitch. We're talking about video games. We're all nerds here. It's fine. All the Doctor Who fans are set to be happy as the Funko Pop of video games gets another skin to add to the collection. So if you want it, grab it. Nice. And that wraps things up for us. Let me give you a little bit of a recap. Sony is removing Spider-Man from PS Plus, and it's gross because they're doing it for money, basically. Proud to be a Whovian, says Gagad, and so you should be. Don't let other cooler people tell you about your hobbies. Okay, fine. If there's no cooler people, just listen to what we're saying then. All right, fine, whatever, mate. Nah, you like what you like. It's fine. So yeah, PlayStation is removing Spider-Man from PS Plus because they want to earn some cash off you. Sega, also in the subject of cash, are happy to throw $1 billion at Rovio because they feel Angry Birds / the studio behind it is worth it. Discord has voice messages because Dark and Darker is off Steam, but you can torrent it because nice. And Fortnite is getting Doctor Who because there you go. Nerd alert. 12head got a new skin. Who? See that Doctor Who pun? I didn't actually get the reference there to each other, so yeah, fine. So if you like vacuuming, does that make you a Hooverian?
Damn it, Dave.
On that bombshell, Mr. Bibbs, is there what you'd like to add?
Yeah, if you are listening to this on any of our podcast services, thank you very much for joining us. Obviously, for you guys that are in the chat as well, we very much appreciate it. But if you want to help shape the 4 remaining shows this week, yes, that's right, we are back, baby! There's 2 ways that you can do so. First of all, find us on social media. It's at Ice Cream at Loads across all major social media platforms. Or alternatively, get involved with our Discord. There's a little area in there that says The Scoop. All we need from you is the URL plus your thoughts and opinions. We will then give you our thoughts and opinions on the very next show, which will be at what time tomorrow? Mr. Graham Day.
10 a.m. a.m.-ish. 10 a.m.-ish. We'll see. We'll say
There's
10
going to be a
a.m.
lot of fires tomorrow, I think, when we're back in the office from me and you being off for 10 days. So we'll see what happens with that.
Yeah, lots of things. So we'll see. 10 a.m.-ish. It could be a late afternoon one. There is a very distinct possibility that it might not happen first day back in the studio. We'll see. Hopefully we can bring you some more content. But the best way to find out is to drop us a follow on Twitch. That way you get notified. And the same thing with any of the other social channels as well. We appreciate you very, very much. For now, though, stick around as we'll drop a raid on one of our friends. We're not sure who. We'll figure it out once we throw out the end slate. And this is where I worry now, because the last 2 times I've hit the stream ending bit, the ending thing hasn't hit as smoothly as it should do. So for the benefit of audio podcast listeners, you may get the ending and then we may come back and then try again. But if not, have yourself a good weekend. Weekday.
Week, Graham. Week.
Good weekday, not weekend. And stay frosty.